2 months after playing his last competitive round, Tiger Woods is again hitting shots on the range. I'm Jim Basketball with the latest ESPN headlines. Woods, of course, is giving himself time for the back to heal. He, of course, had surgery on that back on March 31st. We are joined on the phone by ESPN senior golf writer Bob Harig. Bob has this story on ESPN.com. Bob, how would you categorize Tiger Woods from a health standpoint right now?
I think it's kind of hard to say, actually. It sounds as if they're being very cautious still. The fact that he didn't start hitting full shots until last week, as you mentioned, 2 months after he played his last competitive round. I mean, he has said since that time that he wasn't going to pick up a club until around this time frame, at least in terms of hitting full shots. And that, that's a pretty lengthy time to give himself there. So I think, he's been out about a few times. He's been seen in public. There doesn't appear to be any physical issues, but they wanted to make sure everything's good this time, and, we'll see how it goes. It'll be interesting to see how this progression goes as far as getting back to competitive golf.
Hey, Bob, if Tiger had, I know I'm asking you to kind of look into another man's mind in a sense, but if Tiger had to do it over again following the surgery on March 31st, do you suppose he would have come back as soon as he did?
Well, he's been asked that, and he didn't really give an answer that was a direct answer to the question. He basically has answered it by saying, he thought it was a good time to come back. He just didn't have the endurance, sort of the physical endurance for golf. He kind of got worse as he went on. But, I think deep down you have to wonder, what did he accomplish really by coming back? He played 4 tournaments, and now he's been out again for 2 months. He missed the cut in 2 tournaments. Another tournament he had to withdraw in the final round, and the other one was the British Open, where he had one of his worst performances as a pro, over 72 holes. If you look at that, you say, what did he get out of that, really? And since then, he's changed his coach. He doesn't have Sean Foley anymore. So it's almost a wash. You sit there and think to yourself, well, maybe he'd have been better off just shutting it down completely and not coming back until this time that he's looking at. Of course, we'll never know. But when you consider all the time he's missed this year, we're talking 5 months basically of him not hitting full shots. So that's a long time to not be working on your game. Yeah, the Hero World Challenge is when he would like to return if everything goes well. That's a tournament that is brought to you by the Tiger Woods Foundation, oh, by the way. He comes off a year in which he had his lowest earnings as a professional. So when he does return, what can we realistically expect regarding results? Yeah, I think you have to have tempered expectations here. Now, the tournament in December is only 18 players. It's at Isleworth in Orlando, where he used to live. It's a golf course he knows very, very well. In a way, that'll be an interesting test to see how he fares there. Because obviously he's going to want to perform. He's going to be gearing up for that to try to play well. But I don't think you can expect a lot. And then the question is going to be, well, when does he actually resume his full official schedule? There's some tournaments in January, February timeframe where you might think he'd come back. The one he traditionally plays is the one at the Farmers Insurance Tournament at Torrey Pines in San Diego. That's actually the first week of February. Would he wait till then to come back? That then gives him another 6 or 7 weeks to kind of get ready. And he won't have had much competition. He's going to go into that event. Let's say he doesn't play anymore. It's only going to have been 9 tournaments basically in a year's time that he'll have played going into that tournament. I think you have to expect him to need some time to find his competitive resources again, and I'm sure he's going to want to find it faster than that. He's ESPN senior golf writer Bob Harig. Bob, thanks for the insight. Thank you. Again, as Bob mentioned, he played in 8 tournaments in 2014. Tiger began the year ranked #1, slipped to 17th overall. You can read more about this story right here on ESPN.com. With the latest ESPN headlines, I'm Jim Basketball.